right, you guys, so we've brought you a lot of the big name JDM legends in the past. That's kind of been our thing and what we've become known for, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but I like a lot of different cars. So to those watching, this is the second M car I've ever driven. Now the first M car I drove was a turboed E60 M5, which was obviously just crazy modified and everything. This is basically the polar opposite of that car. I mean, look at it. It's a big sedan. It's by no means a 7 Series or an S-Class, right? But it is a bigger size sedan. You wouldn't really need much bigger than this. It's got literally everything you could possibly imagine, everything you need in terms of just driver comforts and all that. But it still handles incredible. It's really planted. And you can fit 5 people in it, which I think is just great. I mean, that's really what the M5 is all about. Another thing you notice right off the bat, this is really weird, it's my first time really experiencing this, is electronic bolsters on the sides of the seats, right? So the bolstering on the sides of the seat isn't set in one place, or it is until you dive right into a corner, and it'll just basically dig into the side of you. It's a really weird sensation, but I mean, it's a cool feature, right? Generally, the cars we drive are really heavily modified. You got loud, drony exhausts. But I mean, here, throw it in fifth, going 100 kilometers an hour, this thing cannot be any more quiet. I mean, it's quiet, it's really comfortable. And then a special thing happens, okay? On the steering wheel right here is a button with a little M on it. So you press that M button and immediately you feel it in the throttle, first of all. So throttle response is picked up, it's super sensitive. Suspension stiffens up a little bit, steering you can feel it, and it really becomes a different animal altogether. This is definitely a rev-happy engine. I mean, generally V10s are reserved for top-of-the-line exotic cars, Lamborghinis, Audi R8s, that sort of thing. So to get a V10 in a sedan like this is really something different. It's really great. So a normal person walking by this car, all right, they see a last generation 5 Series, right? So it's a fairly modern car, but to an enthusiast, when they see an M5, they see, okay, someone wants a comfortable sedan, but they also enjoy this excitement of going fast and experiencing all that BMW has to offer, right? I mean, this is what BMWs are. To a driving enthusiast, M is what you think of when you think BMW. It just growls. That's a good sound. You know, the sound isn't even overpowering when it's in M mode. It's not what I would call loud. I mean, I'm sure from the outside it sounds really nice and throaty, but from in here it's kind of nice and subtle, actually. You can definitely hear the engine note and hear that it's just the smoothness of the V10 compared to, say, like an E39 M5 or something like that, but it's really just not overpowering. So as we're just cruising here, I mean, looking around the interior, the gauge cluster and everything, simple, classic M. I mean, if it's not broke, why fix it, right? It's seriously, that philosophy remains true with these gauges, the layout of the wheel. There's not too many buttons on the wheel. You've got all your navigation and stuff in the front there. You've got really nice leather and wood all over the interior. There's really no compromise. The only spots where you see wear is, I mean, stuff you're touching, right? So the steering wheel, the shift knob has visible wear. Everything else, for a car with just over 100,000 kilometers, it's held up great. So the clutch and the shifter is basically what I was kind of expecting, actually, and that's a very good thing. Shifter's a little bit notchy, it's very direct. Floor hinge gas pedal takes a little bit to get used to, like I've said before in some of the other cars we've driven. Steering's got some good weight to it for sure too. The funny thing is, in reality, we're not even pushing this car. This car's limits is so high up, even by today's standards, for street driving. that you can have a lot of fun, and I mean, you know that you're not stressing out the car at all. You've got plenty more grip. You've got this screaming engine right in front of you, yet it's a four-door sedan that you can take your kids around, haul your luggage in, whatever it is you need to do. There's really no compromises. I mean, in the big scheme of things, this is a unicorn of a car, being a stick shift and all. Most of the time, if you find an E60 M5, it's gonna have the SMG, which, don't get me wrong, if you're gonna buy a car like this, that's what some people want. Some people want the paddle shifters and stuff, even though at this point in time it is kind of dated technology. The thing about a 6-speed, it literally is never gonna be dated. A 6-speed is always gonna be a 6-speed. It's always gonna have a clutch, and it's always gonna feel the same, right? If you get into a paddle shift car with an SMG, compare it to a modern dual clutch, there's really just gonna be no comparison. It's gonna feel really old really quick. It's sad to think about though, I mean, this is the last naturally aspirated BMW M5. There's never gonna be another one of these, and in my opinion, it's probably one of the most exotic engines that the M division has ever created and will ever create. This is my first time driving a car with more than 8 cylinders, funny enough. Starts off and progressively pulls all the way to the 8,200 RPM red line. You're gonna wanna wind it out, and the sound just gets better and better and better. You kinda have to force yourself to change out of a gear. You just wanna let it keep climbing and keep climbing. See, it's weird in a sedan like this because you can feel the speed, right? But it's not until you look down at the speedometer and you're like, whoa, I did not realize I was going that quick, right? The speed really creeps up on you. Yeah, it's almost bipolar. I mean, the car is truly a bipolar automobile. I mean, you get into it, super comfortable, really quiet, light steering. Then you hit that M button, you open up the taps, and it's like, oh, okay, this is what we're doing now? This is what we're gonna do. Okay, yeah, I can do that. I'll show you what's up. So ever since I started watching Top Gear a long time ago, to be honest, when I was a kid, and I distinctly remember one of the cars Jeremy Clarkson reviewing on the show was the E60 M5 when it first came out. So to me, I mean, this is a really cool experience, and like, I just want to thank the owner for letting me drive his car, because seeing Jeremy Clarkson drive this car and then years and years later being behind this car, having it on our own show, Roads and Travel, is a really cool experience. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one. This one's a little different. Hopefully we can get some more German cars like this on the channel soon. We really appreciate the love and the support you guys have given us. Hi to all the new subscribers. We've had a lot of you guys in the recent weeks. Remember, we've got a podcast that comes out every single Wednesday as well on iTunes, Shout Engine, and Stitcher, as well as roadsandtravel.net, where you can find all our content, plus bonus content, features, reviews, photos, articles, all that good stuff. So, see you next time.